Hey guys, it's Jen from worldofjencraft.com, and this is our card for today. The card uses mainly Lawn Fawn products, and my focus was the Fairy Friends stamp set with coordinating dies. And I ended up just focusing on this little tiny flower because I just thought it was pretty simple to color in. Using my Copics, to be honest with you. I used B00 and B12 to color in my flower, and not a ton of shading, but you know, I'm still learning, so kind of kept it simple. The greens are YG17 and YG05, and I just loved this little color combination together. Of course, because it matched my cardstock that I used from Lawn Fawn. But I like that contrast of the darker with the kind of brighter green inside of it. So I just went over it a few times just to make sure my shading and blending was decent enough. And using my Big Shot, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out using the coordinating die. And using my magnetic platform, I really do love this thing. It makes it so I don't have to put tape generally down to keep it in place. So moving along, I used the stitched scalloped, the outside in stitched scalloped rectangles from Lawn Fawn. The paper going down on top of it is a 3 3/4 by 5, and it really should have been Whisper White, but I grabbed out the wrong paper and cut it. The yellow cardstock is Sunflower, and that was cut out using the outside in stitched rectangle stackables, as well as the Whisper White that I used. They're the exact same size, and I used the Peekaboo background die for this one. I love that little peak of color that comes through. So I just went ahead and used my mono adhesive to stick that on. The rectangles, the little frames that I used, are from the mini picture frames, and I went ahead and cut out 4 of them so I could stack them one on top of each other, again using my liquid adhesive to stick them all together. I just felt like the frame needed a little bit of dimension, you know, because frames generally aren't just flat up against a wall, and I felt like it kind of helped give it a little bit of pop. So just going to stack all of those up, and I will adhere it again with the multi Tombow glue. And I just realized as I'm watching myself here that glue bottle is kind of getting a little on the dirty side. Kind of embarrassing. So that's just going to get set into the center of our little scallop there, and pressing down on it to make sure it sticks. So that is what the die looks like, and I went ahead and cut out a piece of Whisper White just so I could use the inside of it, and that's just going to go flat inside of the frame, making sure all of my edges are flat inside of there. And I did not use Stampin' Dimensionals on any of this part of the card. I just kind of wanted to keep it flat. I don't know why. Just felt like maybe dimensional would have been too much since I already had quite a bit of layering done in the card. And of course I have to use my Wink of Stella. I just love the shimmer that it gives. So using a scrap of paper, I am stamping out my sentiment, which is from the Itty Bitty Greetings from Stampin' Up. I love, love, love this set. It just felt like the perfect size to put with this card. I didn't want anything too big or overwhelming for the little tiny flower and the little tiny frame with the little tiny polka dots going behind it. So again, using the punch, I went ahead and just created a little banner punch out of it. Super simple to do, just sticking your ends back in and giving it a little punch, and then that ended up just the perfect size to go underneath of my rectangle. Now I did use some Stampin' Dimensionals on this, and that edge works just perfect for what I need for this. And that's just going to get centered underneath of my frame. And I did go ahead and change out that white paper, so it is Whisper White again. It was really bugging me after I noticed I had done that. My card base is a 4x10.5 because I wanted it to go inside of the scallops for this card. So it's a little bit smaller than your normal card base. So that's it, guys. That's the card. I really hope you enjoy. Details will be on my website. Thanks.